Hello there guys, this is my RAW weekly review for SmackDown and RAW. So this is RAW 28th of May 2012. Big Show opened the show and he says that smiling was his job and he fooled everybody by smiling and being a fan favorite by being face. And then he starts saying that he is not an entertainer, he is a fighter, and at No Way Out June 17th he's gonna prove John Cena that he's gonna have the worst ever nightmare. So that was it. He kept on hyping up the match for the No Way Out match. Alberto Del Rio defeated Santino Marella, and then it was Big Show, Alex Riley, and Eve Torres backstage. Eve tells Big Show that Big Show can choose any opponent he likes for tonight, and then Alex Riley is scared that he does not want Big Show to choose him. Big Show says relax, and then he sends a message to the locker room, smashing his face to the wall. I think that really kind of hurt. Then it was R-Truth and Kofi Kingston defeating Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. After the match, Dolph Ziggler walked away, left the ring, and he said that I'm better than this, I'm Dolph Ziggler. And then what happens is that John Laurinaitis promotes the game Wrestling 13, and he also announces that John Cena vs Big Show at No Way Out will be a steel cage match, and he reveals the cover as himself on the cover. You see, a few days ago, I think four days ago, I already showed you the cover. Bit of a spoiler because the thing was meant to be released at 28th of May, but it was leaked. So it's a good thing that I revealed the information to you. Now you know who is on the cover, and out comes there CM Punk. He says that the person who is on the cover is much better looking than John Laurinaitis, and he reveals the cover, CM Punk on the cover, as I showed you, like this. Amazing. And then he was getting ready for the match, and before the match started, John Laurinaitis stared at CM Punk smashing that cover of John Laurinaitis on that board, which was a fake cover of him, but it wasn't the real one. The real one was CM Punk. Daniel Bryan defeated CM Punk because in the middle of the match, AJ Lee interfered, not really interfered. She was wearing a CM Punk t-shirt, and she was cheering for CM Punk. She didn't do anything like wrong or anything like that. She didn't get interfered. She was just there. And what happened is that Daniel Bryan exposed the turnbuckle and he smashed it on CM Punk, and CM Punk lost to Daniel Bryan because of the turnbuckle exposed. And then Kane out of nowhere grabs the steel chair, smashes Daniel Bryan, chokeslams Daniel Bryan. AJ Lee grabs the chair, gives it to CM Punk, and CM Punk smashes the chair on Kane, which is a high thing for CM Punk, very good. And in my opinion, I think this match could be involved with Kane versus Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk in a triple threat match for the championship. Christian defeated The Miz, and after that match, The Miz was saying that he deserves better than this and he wants his championship match. Out comes Randy Orton out of nowhere. I was expecting Triple H, like last time. Randy Orton just comes to the ring, RKOs out of nowhere. Very predictable and not really, impressive, I would say. Sheamus defeated David Otunga, even though David Otunga at backstage said that he's going to beat Sheamus. It was actually a funny backstage segment because Tay Long gave some coffee to Eve Torres. Eve Torres spat some coffee onto Tay Long and said that this is cold. And then Tay Long, the way he said, it's supposed to be cold, it's iced coffee. Very funny, Tay Long. I was laughing so much. Big Show versus Brodus Clay. You see what happened, the build-up of this match happened by, about moments ago. Big Show was, threatening Santino Marella, that's the word I should say, threatening. And he was threatening Santino Marella by saying that if Santino was really happy that Big Show left. That's what Big Show thought, but that's not true because Big Show and Santino Marella were friends. Out comes Brodus Clay by saying, because on the open of the show, Big Show was saying minutes after Big Show was fired 2 weeks ago, Brodus Clay was dancing with everybody else, with some fans of John Cena and kids. That's what happened. Big Show was heartbroken that time, and that's why Brodus Clay wants Big Show to choose him as the opponent of Big Show. So Big Show agreed, and he says, "I forget about dancing, because after tonight, you won't be walking." Now, that was quite threatening. Brodus Clay, you see, Brodus Clay's quite better, you know, but without the dancing, he's much better. But with the dancing and those two girls, so annoying how the way he dances, you know. It turned out to be a no contest between Big Show and Brodus Clay. See, what happened is that before the match started, Big Show was talking about Doink the Clown, and he was comparing it to Brodus Clay, and he's saying that Doink the Clown had more talent than him, and he was better than Brodus Clay. So then he spears Brodus Clay, starts spearing him, and the match never even started because Big Show just kept on attacking him. Out come Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. Did not manage to attack Big Show because Big Show was attacking, because he attacked them already by picking up Kofi Kingston and slamming it onto R-Truth. So R-Truth and Kofi Kingston were already there lying on the ground, and what happened is that Big Show knocked out that punch right into Brodus Clay's face, and also slamming him to the turnbuckle, the right side of the turnbuckle. That's what happened. Boring Raw. Let's get on to SmackDown. Alright, so SmackDown, 1st of June 2012. Sheamus talks about the match. He hypes up the match with Del Rio, and David Otunga demands an apology from Sheamus because of Sheamus. About a week ago, he pushed John Laurinaitis out of the way to get into the ring and save John Cena. And by the way, for Raw, John Cena wasn't even on Raw. He wasn't even in Raw. But it's been confirmed that John Cena will return live next week, because this week he was injured because of Big Show's punch 2 times. Forgot to say that. I apologize for that. I'm sorry. Sheamus refuses to apologize, and then out comes Alberto Del Rio, and David Otunga says that Alberto Del Rio can choose the opponent of Sheamus tonight. Sheamus broke kicks David Otunga, and then it was the return of Sin Cara. Sin Cara looks amazing. A new pyro, a new gear, costumes, amazing. Red and white. Awesome. Just check out some photos. Awesome, you know. Sin Cara looks awesome, and even in the match against Heath Slater for his return match, which I did not mention, Sin Cara defeated Heath Slater without any botches, without any mistakes. Awesome. Sheamus defeated Dolph Ziggler because what happened is that about a few months ago, Dolph Ziggler wanted Alberto Del Rio to choose Dolph Ziggler because Dolph Ziggler wants to be a big man, and he says that he should be the face. Backstage, Daniel Bryan he tells AJ Lee, his ex-girlfriend, that CM Punk is using her. And then it was a championship match between the champion CM Punk and Kane. So this was a championship match between CM Punk and Kane. CM Punk versus Kane ended up with a no contest because Daniel Bryan interferes, attacking both Kane and CM Punk. Kane chokeslams CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. What happens is that was after the match, by the way. John Laurinaitis comes out and he announces a triple threat match: CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Kane. Also, Kane is moving up to a championship match finally, as first time ever in a mask. It's awesome. It's going to be a triple threat match at No Way Out. And basically what happens is that Daniel Bryan slaps CM Punk 2 times, and then CM Punk hits the GTS to Daniel Bryan to end the show. I'm thinking that CM Punk, if a draft ever happens, I'm thinking that CM Punk could be drafted to SmackDown, because this kind of storyline is because Kane is now involved, and now, you know, it's going to be awesome. So I'm thinking that CM Punk could be drafting to SmackDown if the draft ever happens. That is all the time I have for today. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, like my videos. Wait, what? Oh my god, it didn't even fall down. Yes! Yes! Peace.